Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, we're going to be speaking on Louisiana rapper Jaydayoungan, who was just recently charged with accessory to second-degree murder. But very little details were released on the actual case. September 16th, 2021, Javoris Scott, who's more commonly known as the 23-year-old Louisiana rapper Jaydayoungan, was booked into a Louisiana parish jail, charged with accessory to second-degree murder and obstruction of justice. The news wouldn't hit social media for a few days, and when it did, Jay had already been released on a $175,000 bond, leaving many to wonder what actually happened, since law enforcement provided little details behind his arrest. Back in August of 2020, a Louisiana girl named Big Ray would announce her upcoming 27th birthday bash, a trail ride in Roseland, Louisiana with horses, ATVs, and food vendors. Two club promoters were hands-on in setting up the event that was estimated to bring in possibly hundreds of people, and word was quickly spreading through social media.
Please stay full up next weekend because we got to book up for my birthday. Yes. Even the next day. Bring your dogs, your cats, your four-wheelers, your motorbike. Bring all the big dick baller niggas, you heard me?
August 8th, the day came, and it was time to turn up Louisiana style. Everything was smooth until the night crept up on 7:30, and that's when the gunfire erupted. A witness would tell law enforcement a group of men started pulling out weapons resembling AK-47s before firing into the crowd. Panic set in as people started scrambling in different directions, searching for cover as the shots rang out. When it was all said and done, a 21-year-old woman lay dead and two others were shot. Zion Hutchison was originally from Buffalo, New York, and living in Baton Rouge. She traveled to the trail ride with her sister, her mother recalling the last time they'd spoke, saying, "Drive safely, I'll see you later." But later never came. At only 21, she was studying to become an X-ray technician while raising a 1-year-old little girl who was born 2 months premature. This party was a night out, a night away from her responsibilities where she could just enjoy herself. And it wasn't supposed to end how it did. Big Ray took to Facebook that night saying, "Yes, I'm hurt. This is sad to see an innocent lady dead. We was just trying to have a good time, some kind of birthday to remember." Past midnight, Ray would continue by saying, "But on the other hand, major shout out to Craig Brown and Paul Robinson. Y'all made it happen even though it ended bad. I want to special thank everyone who came out." The first arrest would come 11 days after the deadly shooting, with 30-year-old Brandon Perry and 23-year-old Tommy Diamond being charged with second-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted murder. Surprisingly, Craig Brown, the same man Ray shouted out, was also arrested and charged with drug offenses, including possession with intent to distribute, along with negligent homicide and 2 counts of negligent injury, meaning he wasn't being charged as a shooter, but still being held responsible for what took place. What came as an even bigger surprise wasn't the warrant for a 19-year-old rapper, but the arrest warrant for 27-year-old Raven Warford, aka Big Ray. On August 22nd, Jalen Mitchell, who went by the rap name 700 Jeezy, will be taken into custody in Houston, Texas on a murder warrant with 2 attempted murders, charging him as the 3rd shooter who'd remain in jail facing extradition to Louisiana. The following month on September 6th, 19-year-old Raheem Harold was arrested in Montana, charged as the 4th shooter. 2 days later, Big Ray would turn herself in on charges of negligent homicide and 2 counts of negligent injury, once again meaning she wasn't a shooter, but was somehow being held responsible for what took place at her own birthday party. While these arrests were made public, accusations immediately came saying the police were too damn dumb to arrest those actually responsible, and instead just booked anyone having anything to do with the party. It was Ray's birthday, Chris was a promoter, and people were pissed they were facing charges of negligent homicide as if they had any control over the actions of others at the event. Chris's family would even take to Facebook selling Free the Innocent t-shirts in an attempt to raise money for the cause. Ray would be released a little over a month after she turned herself in, while Chris would remain incarcerated just days shy of a full year. It isn't exactly clear how Jaydayoungan is tied into this case, and the arrest affidavit isn't publicly available. While it seems the younger alleged shooters in this case have ties to a 700 gang, Jay's charges allege he some way somehow played a role in the murder after the fact. Accessory to murder and obstruction of justice under Louisiana law could mean he allegedly helped the shooter or shooters get away from the scene, get rid of the murder weapon, tamper with evidence, or even threaten a witness. But the fact that police tried to punish two people who did nothing but host an event and celebrate makes me think something is off about this case. Unless someone is now cooperating with police and giving information that wasn't previously known, it's hard to imagine a rapper with over 2 million followers on Instagram wasn't spotted by witnesses at the scene when it happened. And if he was, why wasn't he charged last year like everyone else? The lack of details given by law enforcement, along with the sloppiness of this case, and the $175,000 bond on an accessory to murder charge, makes me think unless they have a very credible witness or concrete evidence, they're just putting charges on him for the sake of doing so, and possibly in the hopes that if he's facing time, maybe he'll be able to provide information that can secure a conviction against the alleged shooters, which just means yet again the investigators don't have their shit together and are that much further away from solving who fatally shot Zion Hutchison. Now, the first red flag to me in this case was the lack of details. I covered another case with Kentwood rappers that drove to their op's house, knocked on his door, and then shot him through the door, and then went on a high-speed chase all the way to Texas, and every little fucking detail was provided and posted all over the internet. Why wasn't the same energy kept in this case? It just makes me think they don't have their shit together. And by they, I mean the investigators, the police department, etc. Like I said, I've never heard of a birthday person and a fucking club promoter being charged with negligent homicide. That's the equivalent of a club manager being charged with the shooting death of someone in his club because a gang member decided to take him out. He didn't do it, he has no control over it, and just because he owns the establishment or opened the establishment to an event, that doesn't mean he participated in the murder or committed a negligent homicide. That doesn't even make any fucking sense. So unless laws are just different down there, which I doubt because the promoter and Ray, the birthday girl, were both released, it's sounding fucked up to me. And like I said, Jaydayoungan, his name is ringing. You know what I mean? People know who the fuck he is. If he was there, people would be saying he was there. People were all over Facebook commenting about this shooting. All of these posts are still up, by the way. You can go and look it up. Witnesses that were actually there. There was a girl by her car who was right there when Zion was shot and killed. She actually died by this female's car. And she went on to say, how the fuck can you charge these two people when they were the ones actually helping people get the fuck out? If they had a gun and were shooting, why would they be helping people leave and making sure everyone left safely? It just makes me think if Jaydayoungan was there, people would have put him on blast first quarter. They would have blamed the rapper versus the other rapper, 700 Jeezy. He's not even known like that. You know what I mean? His videos really ain't doing nothing compared to what Jaydayoungan is doing. But we'll just have to see how this plays out. I mean, like I said, the information is limited, and I was surprised how much information I was able to just piece together off of the different reports that were available and the information that was still left up on Facebook and shit like that. But let me know what y'all think. Does this sound like a bullshit case to y'all? Because it does to me. Accessory to murder, $175,000 bond. That sounds pretty fucking cheap. I think they're just trying to put charges on bro, and I think they're hoping maybe he'll tell, and obviously he ain't gonna fucking do that because his rap career is gonna go down the drain if he did. I don't think he's really facing anything substantial. I feel like if they had the evidence, they would let it be fucking known. They would rub it in his fucking face, and the fact that they're not doing that, I feel like the case is bullshit. But hey, drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. I think that's the first time I ever asked anyone to subscribe to my channel, but I'm trying to hit 1 million fucking subscribers already. Let's get this shit going. It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all and y'all rocking with me. Till next time.